Everyone, how are you today? I hope you're well. My name is Harry, and this is Learn English with British Harry. So I hope you are well. Just opening up all of the tabs that I need to have open. So I hope you're well. I hope your day is going well. I hope it's actually going great, better than well. Let me know, what have you been up to today? So if I ask you, how's your day going? So this is a very common question to ask someone. How's your day going? You can respond in a few different ways. You could say, yeah, it's going quite well, or it's going okay, thank you. So that's a very common question to ask someone is, how's your day going? My day is going very well. Trying to be fit and healthy, getting on with some work. The day just seems to go by very, very quickly as always. The days seem to blend into each other and they seem to go by very fast. And also let me know, where are you watching from? Just having a cup of coffee. So today I wanted to let you know about some students that I've taught before, some successful students. So I am a British English teacher and a native English speaker. I have taught thousands of students from all around the world. And a lot of my students, they've gone on to get better jobs, pass important exams like IELTS, and really improve their confidence. For example, I had one student in particular, and his English was good, but he had some issues with confidence and fluency. And that's why in the lessons, I can really pinpoint where exactly I can help you. So to pinpoint something is to focus in on something. And in his case, it was, for example, rather than saying she said to me or he said to me, he would miss out the preposition to. So he would say, he said me, she said me. And I was able to explain this in a visual way because people learn in different styles. And by having a private lesson with me, I'm able to work out how you learn the best. And then this can help you, and it can help for the information to stick. So I was able to express to him and show him that when you are speaking, your words are almost like an object and they are floating through the air. So I am talking to you, so my words are traveling in the air and you are consuming the words. And just explaining it in a different way really helped him to grasp this understanding. And we worked on fluency and linking structures, and this really helped him to speak with confidence because I gave him a structure. Another one of my students, I helped her with the same thing as well. So having a structure. So you have some go-to lines that you can say for an introduction. If someone says, how's it going? You already know what to say in that situation. So we would have role play situations with introductions, business meetings, giving presentations, even going to a cafe. So you are getting ready before you are in that situation, and you can make mistakes in the lessons and you can learn in real time because I can correct you in real time. So a lot of my students have improved vastly using things like linking structures and things like listing, because listing is such a powerful thing. If you are in a business meeting and your boss asks for an update, if you are able to say, okay, firstly, I've done this, secondly, I've done this, thirdly, I've done this, I've also done this, just being able to list what you've done or what you will do is so powerful because it shows that you are organized in your thinking. And there are lots of different other linking structures you can use, also in terms of vocabulary and grammar, but actually using grammar for a purpose. So you're not learning it separately, you're using it within a conversation in real time. So this helps to understand why you are saying something, because when you're learning English, it's about the context. It's being able to understand. You're listening for gist. So gist is the general meaning. So you're able to understand the gist and you're able to respond. Another one of my students, I really helped him with clarifying questions. So he was dealing with a lot of foreign clients from the UK, from Europe, from America, and they would speak very fast. And sometimes you can feel embarrassed because you don't want to ask the other person to repeat themselves. So we went through some clarifying questions, and this really helped him to feel more secure and confident when he had to listen to fast native English speakers. Just something as saying, for example, can you clarify that for me? And here it's important to listen out for key words so I can help you with your listening and your speaking skills. And on that note, this is a reminder that on Sunday, the 3rd of August at 7 p.m. British summertime, I am starting a group speaking course. This will run for 8 weeks. It's only for 8 students, so it's a small classroom, and it will give you an opportunity to speak in a safe and comfortable environment, because when you want to improve your English, yes, it's nice to practice here and there, but this is really a focused way for you to take your English to a new level. Think about all of the opportunities you will have when you've improved your English. You'll have better job opportunities. You'll be able to travel. You'll be able to speak and understand native English speakers when they speak fast. So we will break it down week by week with different topics. I will give you feedback from the lessons as well. So go to britishharry.com, click on the shop button and the group classes, and you will see the various options there for you. Hello, Vladimir. I just checked the chat. I'm great, thank you. No, I think it was because it was a bit of a long day and I was a little bit tired. So I'm finding the sweet spot. And how are you today, Vladimir? So I'm also going to share some slides with you today. So let me get that up here. I'm going to shift myself over here. We touched on the topic of holidays yesterday briefly, so I thought it would be nice to have a look at this. Well, I hope your day's going well. And it's a Friday, so you have the nice weekend to chill out and relax. So I want to have a look at this here. So we have some holidays. Now, this is quite a nice image. We have some different items here. It's a shame I can't circle. In my lessons, I like to use Zoom and annotate, but I can't. I need to figure out a way of how to annotate. So we can see a hat, some flip-flops, some blue flip-flops, a snorkel mask, a leaf, a nice little drink there with some straws. So it really sets the tone for a nice holiday. Now, yeah, so this, you could have different types of holidays. So for me, this suggests a nice beach holiday. Now, let's have a look here. So we have this word, getaway. Now, a really good exercise to improve your English is to describe pictures. So I want you to write what you can see in this picture. So in this picture, they've gone on a nice getaway. So a getaway is a short holiday or break. So we can see that they are lounging on the beach. They are sitting on some nice beach chairs, enjoying what looks to be a sunset. Could be a sunset, could be a sunrise. They have their hands clasped behind their head. So when you have something clasped, it's when you interlock your fingers. So they have their hands clasped behind their head. Yeah, very good, Vladimir. Yeah, so they're enjoying a beautiful sunset. So that's a nice word there, getaway. Then we have a staycation. So a staycation is a holiday spent at or near your home. And again, what can you see in this picture? Well, the first difference between this picture and the last is the sky. So here the sky is a lot more grey. We can see some sheep. Looks like a sheep. Yes, we can see some sheep grazing. So when animals graze, they eat food, but maybe a bit of food over a long time. And we can even use that word graze for humans. You could say, if someone asked you, did you eat lunch? And you could say, no, but I was grazing on some nuts. So if you're grazing, just having a few nuts or a few pieces of fruit across the afternoon. I'm not sure exactly where this is, but yeah, because of the grey skies. And yeah, so there's a vast amount of countryside there. And yeah, so a staycation is a holiday spent at or near home. Now, why do people go on staycations? So it's always nice to ask some probing questions. So I've talked a lot about the 5 W's before, the who, what, where, when, why. And we can use these when we are describing pictures. So why would someone go on a staycation rather than a getaway? Now, you could use a getaway for a holiday close to your home. You can use that in that context. But here, staycation, specifically somewhere that's near to your home, This could be for various reasons. It could be due to cost, because we have the cost of living crisis, so everything is expensive everywhere around the world. So it can be cheaper to go for a holiday near to where you live. And maybe there are places that you haven't explored before. So it's always interesting to explore your local country, the local cities. Yeah, well done, Vladimir. Yeah, so that's a nice phrase there, rolling hills and lush grass. Very good. Almost reminds me of Wales. Wales is a very beautiful country. Okay, so also we have a reminder here about the group speaking class. We have a visual reminder here. So this is to go from shy to confident. And remember, it begins on Sunday, the 3rd of August at 7 p.m. British Summer Time. So just a few notes here. So it's limited to 8 students starting at $129. You will get lots of speaking practice. So, and also there's some VIP upgrade for some additional bonuses. So please check your local time. You can also book one-to-one private lessons with me. Go to britishharry.com and click on the shop button. Thank you very much. Okay, so next up is an itinerary. So an itinerary is a detailed plan of your holiday. Do you make an itinerary? Sorry. Or do you wing it? So to wing it is when you just play it by ear. So this is when you just go there and you do things when you feel like doing it. Or do you like to have things planned? Do you like to know? For me, it depends on the situation. They both have their pros and the cons. This is another brilliant way to improve your English. Always think about the pros and the cons. So having an itinerary is good because you know what to do. You can plan your budget more precisely. You know what you are going to spend your money on. You know what to expect. If you play things by ear, it's a bit more unexpected. In some ways, it could be more exciting because you don't know what you're going to do. But then you could run into issues where you're overspending, and that's the last thing that you would want. If you're going on holiday and you overspend, it can add to your stress rather than enjoying your holiday. So let me know, what do you think about planning as opposed to not planning? Yeah, very good. So it depends on how much time you have traveling in a certain place. Definitely. Okay, good. Okay, so let's carry on here. Now, jet lag. So jet lag. Now here, if you're saying this word in fast speech, you can drop the T. If I say it very slowly, jet lag. Fast, jet lag. So here I've dropped the T. So jet lag is tiredness after a long flight crossing time zones. So jet lag is not a nice thing to experience, but it's inevitable. It's unavoidable, I think. Okay. Fly and flop. So fly and flop is a relaxing holiday where you do nothing but unwind. Do you enjoy fly and flop holidays? I can see the merit in fly and flop holidays. So when I say merit, this is another word for the good things. So I can see the good things or the merit in having a fly and flop holiday because if your everyday life is quite busy with things to do, family life, working, hobbies, you don't really get the chance to just relax. And also in today's society, it feels like you have to be productive all the time in order to get to where you want to be. Because things are so expensive, you have to work extremely hard. Sometimes working hard isn't enough, and then you have to have another second job or a third job. So people's lives can be incredibly busy and stressful. So when you have a fly and flop holiday, it's when you just collapse. Now, flop. So when you flop over, it's when something literally just falls over. Okay, so here is my 200 phrasal verbs. This is a fantastic ebook. Very true. Yes, Vladimir. Especially as you get older. When you're younger, I think you have more energy to party and get out and about. I think as you get older, it's nice to chill and relax. And Vladimir, how have you found this ebook? Did you enjoy it? So this ebook, it contains pictures, example sentences, conversations. There's also a 1 hour bonus video, where I go through the phrasal verbs with you. And as a special bonus to people that sign up for the course or book their first private lesson with me, you will get this book for free. So this is valued at $24.99, but you will get this for free when you join the group course that is starting on the 3rd of August. Okay, so we have all inclusive. Now this is quite a nice picture here. So what can we see in this picture? Well, we can see some grapes, some apples, different type of apples, red apples, green apples. I think these might be peaches. Then we have oranges. Now, where are the oranges? So the oranges are in bowls. Notice how I say this word, bowl. So they are in bowls. Now, it may sound simple, but this can really help you with your English vocabulary in terms of describing pictures, because sometimes it's quite easy to forget a simple word unless you reinforce it with repetition. So they are in a bowl. So the fruit are in bowls. Then we have a nice platter on the table. So a platter is a selection of different food. So we have some slices of orange. Now, do you like fruit? Thank you very much, Vladimir. I'm glad that you enjoy the ebook. I do enjoy fruit. I can be quite lazy when it comes to cutting up fruit. So if the fruit is cut up, then I am more likely to eat it. So I like to buy pre-cut fruit, or I will cut the fruit in bulk. I'm a huge advocate for doing things in bulk. Okay. Now, self-catering. So self-catering is accommodation where you cook your own meals. And there can be some advantage to this. So you can see the lady here, she's quite happy. Seems to be cooking up a nice meal here. It can have its downsides in that you have to source the own food, you have to do your own shopping. So it can have its own downside. let's have a look through these things here. So we have glamping. So glamping is glamorous camping with modern comforts. Now this tent looks quite luxurious here. I haven't been glamping. I've been to camp, like the traditional camping. But this looks quite luxurious in that you can have your creature comforts, a nice bed. So creature comforts are things that you make your stay more comfortable. Sightseeing. So this is visiting famous places. Now, let's carry on here. We have sunbathe. So when the sun is out, people go crazy and enjoy sunbathing. We have unwind. So this is a nice way to unwind, to have a nice massage. You could go for an adventure holiday. Now again, here, what can we see here? So rather than rolling hills, how would you describe this? Now, I would use the word rugged. Now, so the green section is not rugged, but the mountains are rugged. So rugged is when something it's hard to walk through. You can use rugged in different ways. You could say some pieces of clothing are rugged. A jacket could be rugged because it would last for a long time if you have like a leather jacket, for example. A city break, so a short trip to a city. A cultural hotspot, so a place full of museums, art, and heritage. So a cultural hotspot, you can have lots of these around the city, and I think they're good to have these cultural hotspots. So you can go for a fly and flop holiday to a place where there are cultural hotspots as well. So when it comes to you talking about your holiday, you can use these words to describe what kind of holiday you are looking to go on. Scenic, this is a very nice word, so beautiful, especially of natural landscapes. So this looks very scenic. It would be a little bit scary personally driving along this route here, but you have some land on the side. Bustling. Bustling is a very nice word. So bustling is lively and full of activity. Yeah, just looking at the clock. Vladimir, yeah, definitely. It's not a piece of cake to describe things even in your first language, but having these questions, the 5 Ws in your head, can make it a little bit easier because you have some kind of structure. So we want to start off very basic and use the vocabulary words that we know. So bustling. Now here we can see people are very busy. They're walking all over the place. They're very determined. They're maybe going to work, or there's lots of activity here. So that's bustling. Off the beaten track. This is somewhere less touristy. So had a bit of a malfunction there. Okay, so we have off the beaten track. So here, what are the advantages? Okay. There's a slight malfunction there. Okay, I'm back. Okay, hopefully that's all fine there. Okay, so we have off the beaten track. Now, what are the advantages of going off the beaten track? Are there any advantages with going off the beaten track? Now, we can use this in life as well, because it's very normal for us to go off the beaten track in terms of our life. So, for example, if you have a clear idea of what you want in life or what you want to achieve, things may not work out like that. You know, life is quite interesting in that it will take you in directions that you didn't think you would go. So going off the beaten track, you get to experience the authentic place, I think, because it's less touristy. Picturesque. So this is charming and visually attractive. I'm not too sure where this place is, but it caught my eye because it seemed very interesting. So you have a nice city here, you have buildings on the edge of the cliff here, then you have the ocean. I think the view from these buildings would be amazing. So it looks very relaxing, very peaceful. Personally, for me, anytime I am near water, I just feel very relaxed and very peaceful. Overcrowded. So we have the opposite there. So we're going from somewhere quite peaceful to overcrowded. So this is a place too full of people. How do you feel when you are in a very crowded area and there are lots of people around you? I think, there's the British phrase, keep calm and carry on. If there's nothing you can do about it, then you just have to carry on. I think especially wealthy people, they often migrate out of the crowded areas. Hello, Jabir. I'm great, thank you. How are you today? So you have people that migrate. Say you have the busy cities like London, Paris, New York. People just migrate out if they have lots of money and they're able to commute back and forth. So, it can get extremely overcrowded, especially on public transport. So even though the public transport can be really good, really reliable, it can also be very overcrowded. Now, a souvenir. So a souvenir is something you bring home from your holiday. So this guy has a big backpack here. Now, what souvenir is he buying? Can you tell me what you think he is buying? So hopefully you can see the picture. So what is he buying? What do you think it could be? Yeah, very good. Yeah, trinket is a nice word. It looks like it could be a badge. And I haven't worn a badge in, I can't even remember the last time I wore a badge. When I was a kid, I used to love wearing badges. There's something so special about wearing a badge. Um, Back in the day as a child, they were quite cool. Even at high school, I had a prefect badge. So when you are chosen to be a prefect in high school, you have to monitor the halls and stop people from coming in to the building during the lunch break. So you have a prefect badge and you feel quite special. But then you have someone that is the head prefect, and they are just like, they're like the boss and you are like the minions. So it looks like he's buying a badge. Now, why do you think he is buying something small? So here, why is he buying something small? Hello everyone, how are you? I can see we have some people watching as well. Don't be afraid to say hello. It's nice to hear from you. Haha. No, I wasn't the big cheese. I only had the normal prefect. So I was one of the minions. I wasn't the head prefect. So there's a very nice word which is convenient. Now, in life, as humans, generally, we do things that are convenient. And why is that? Why do we do things that are convenient? Well, it could be for a few reasons. For example, here, if we looked at the picture, we don't know why he's buying this. This is why we work on making assumptions. We play with the idea rather than just shutting the idea down and saying, I don't know why. We try and see how long we can extend our answers. And it's quite fun because we start to make assumptions. Along the way, we are improving our vocabulary. So it could be because his backpack looks quite full. It looks stuffed with things. So buying something small may mean that he can still take a souvenir home to remind himself of his holiday or to give to someone else, but he can still carry it. That's why people that sell souvenirs are quite clever, because they know people are traveling with suitcases or backpacks and they can't put a lot of things into their backpack. Yeah, definitely, it's easy to carry. So a lot of things that we do in life are due to convenience. If it's online shopping, do you do online shopping? I've curbed that now. For a while, I was just going crazy with Amazon and Amazon Prime and having loads of stuff delivered. And it just felt like you're receiving a present with a smile on the box. And with Amazon Prime, you have free delivery. You can get things delivered on the same day. Um, Also, you had access to Prime Sports. So if they were showing football, that's only on the Amazon channel. Could watch that. But I just said no. I needed to take stock and realize, okay, I need to stop spending so much with Amazon. Cancelled my subscription. But yeah, that was just due down to convenience. And it's nice to support local shops. Like in the UK, there's a big shop called Argos, and Argos is like a huge warehouse. So you have a huge catalog, and when you want to buy something, you can't actually see it. You could see it before you pay for it, but that's a huge hassle. But the whole idea is that it's not on display. All of the products are in the warehouse, so behind the counter. So you look at the product, and the catalog is huge. It's very thick. When I was a child, I used to love going through the catalog and choosing the toys or the gadgets that I wanted to buy. And you could spend ages going through and window shopping. And this was before the age of the internet. And Argos, they were very clever in producing the Argos catalog. And it's a lot of people in the UK just became used to seeing this Argos catalog. So you buy the products, someone pops to the back of the shop, picks it up for you. So they do also have delivery, or you can pick it up from a local supermarket, Sainsbury's. So you do also have that convenience factor, but they don't have as many products as Amazon. So that's another way to try to incorporate these words into your daily life, because once you learn a vocabulary word, you can try and use it in different contexts. So we have some interesting words there and some nice pictures. Like I said, it's really good practice to describe pictures. You could try to do it in your native language first, and then try to do it in English. So for example, if you saw this picture and you are just learning English, think about the basic vocabulary. So here we can see water, ocean, we can see the sky, clouds, a car, a road, a mountain. As you start to progress, we can add other words. We can describe the road. So it's a windy road. It's not a straight road. So straight, like a straight line. Here we have a windy road. And even if you don't know the opposite word, you can use the word not. So we know the word straight. Here we can say it's not straight. We can see clouds. Are there few clouds or are there many clouds? So few means when there is a little bit of something. Many, when there is a lot. So we can see many clouds, and we can describe this as cloudy. And off in the distance, we can see some other mountains. So describing pictures is a brilliant exercise to practice your English. Just to describe pictures, and it could be any picture from the news. So if you're reading a news article and there's someone dressed in a suit, a tie. You're trying to describe the clothing the person is wearing. And inevitably, you will come across a word that you're not sure of. Take this as an opportunity to write that word down into your book. Have your own vocabulary book. Could be a small book, could be your phone, where you write the words that you've learnt today. And you can send it as a message or as an email to yourself. So you start building up your list of vocabulary and collocations. Perfect. So it's starting to pick up now. So we have some more people viewing. It's lovely. So I really appreciate the support from everyone. It's really nice to see everyone watching, commenting, liking. Also, don't forget to share the posts and videos with friends, family, anyone that you know. And I have a few special updates over the next week or so that I will be sharing with everyone. So does anyone have any plans for the weekend? What are you getting up to over the weekend? Let me have a look at the news. Okay, so I'm looking at the live news. Trump denies he wrote lewd birthday note for Epstein as he asks for release of court papers. So lewd is a nice word here. Lewd. So lewd is an adjective that means crude and offensive in a sexual way. So wow, so the news doesn't stop with Trump. Apparently there's a letter that he wrote which was inappropriate, and a newspaper has published this, and now he is suing the newspaper. But the newspaper seems to be quite reputable. It's the Wall Street Journal. Ah, very good. Queen Charlotte. Well, enjoy. I am still watching Peaky Blinders. And there's a new season of Dexter. And Dexter is a fantastic show. The actor, what's the actor's name? It is Michael C. Hall. He's a very good actor. I think Dexter is a fantastic show because it combines different elements together. The music is fantastic. The acting is brilliant. The the writing is very good. So they tie everything together. And they make you feel certain emotions because if I look at the synopsis, so this is about Dexter. So he's smart, he's lovable, he's Dexter Morgan, America's favorite serial killer who spends his days solving crimes and his nights committing them. So he's a serial killer but only kills other bad people. So we have some dilemma there. So on one hand, yes, he's doing bad things, but then he's getting rid of bad people. So it's quite interesting the way they have the premise of the show. Okay, brilliant. So I hope everyone found that interesting today. We had some very interesting vocabulary words. Have a watch through with the live stream again, make a note of the words, try to use some of the words today, maybe when you are at dinner today. Try to use some of the words. For example, let's find this word here. Okay. Bustling. So if you go into the kitchen and lots of people are around, you can say, it's quite bustling in here. And don't be afraid to use the word in the wrong context, because here we are practicing saying the word or the phrase. This is how we can put it into our active memory. Putting the words into our active memory is very, very important, and it's crucial. Otherwise, we are just being passive and hoping that the words will stick. So we have to go through that active phase. Perfect. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it. Let's keep working together and growing this channel. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you. Someone just popped in. Hello. How are you today? So these live streams are quite interesting. I think the more live streams that I do, the more comfortable I get with doing them. I may do another random one tonight. I'm not too sure, but I have one tomorrow at 4 p.m. And just another quick reminder about the group course. Let's go back up here. So the group speaking classes, they start on August the 3rd, which is a Sunday at 7 p.m. British Standard Time. Go from shy to confident. So it's limited to 8 students starting at $129. You will get lots of speaking practice and targeted and focused practice. You can also book one-to-one private lessons with me as well. So head over to britishharry.com. And remember, this is a fantastic way to improve your English. I'm great, thank you. So this is a fantastic way. There are small group classes. You'll get plenty of time to speak about different topics each week. So over 8 weeks, you will see a huge improvement because this is a focused way to improve your English. Also, when you sign up, you will receive the free ebook, which is valued at $24.99, and it contains 200 phrasal verbs, everyday phrasal verbs, and it also contains a 1 hour bonus video. So this is a really good way to help you to improve your English. Like I've said before, I've taught thousands of students. You can hear from some of my students, my happy students, if you go to my website, britishharry.com. And my students, they've made that commitment to improve their English. Let me just move this slightly over. Making that commitment to improve your English in a focused way from an experienced teacher can really help you to take your English to the next level. It can give you a kickstart. It can solidify your English, really help you to know, okay, where do I need to specifically focus on to take my English to the next level. So thank you so much. I am great. Thank you. Going to wrap that up here. It's coming up to the hour. So thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. So I hope you can join me then. Starting to build up some regular people joining. That's fantastic. And if there's a specific time that is good for you, let me know. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, everyone, and